Welcome back to the channel, guys. We are just going to jump into this what's sold video. It is Monday, January 22nd. These are my sales from Friday until Monday, kind of early afternoon. So let's get into what sold this weekend. Starting with the first item, I took a $125 offer on this book. If you watched my last storage palette video, this is one of the items that came out of that. Lots of sneakers, lots of interesting books and magazines. So yeah, $125 on this book. If you guys watched that video, you remember I paid 200 and I want to say $225 for the palette. Definitely already made well over that back. But so yeah, I don't really have a price per item because there were just so many items in that palette. All right, moving on. Next is a Villeroy and Bach covered vegetable bowl dish. I have had this for quite a while, so I took a $45 offer on it plus shipping. This is very pretty though. I love this dish. Next, I sold a Longaberger Woven Traditions milk pitcher for $35 plus shipping. This is new in the box. This came out of my Longaberger haul, one of my Longaberger hauls. This was probably my biggest Longaberger haul back in May. Anyhow, that one never made it to video. I didn't even realize I was going to purchase that stuff. I said that before when I've mentioned it in a what sold video. I went for flatware, ended up with this huge Longaberger haul. Okay, next I sold a Bath and Body Works soap dispenser. I wasn't sure. I put a question mark because I wasn't sure if it was like soap or hand sanitizer or whatever, but the people who buy these know what they're for. Anyway, that sold for $18 with free shipping, and it shipped Ground Advantage, like I think the 12-ounce rate. So, not super crazy. Okay, next I sold the Shaving Fun Ken doll for $70 plus shipping. I picked this up. If you guys remember, I went to the Salvation Army Black Friday event where they get out like all of their new inventory and stuff like that. I believe I paid $6.99 for this guy, so not a bad profit. Okay, next is a Royal Albert Old Country Roses coffee pot. This sold for $99 plus shipping. This came out of one of my storage palettes that I purchased back in October, I believe it was. Also a very, very good palette. So yeah, that was really nice. I think that's the last of the large Royal Albert pieces that I had out of that. I think I just have like plates and stuff left. Okay, next is a pair of 9 West tassel loafers. These sold for $24.99 plus shipping. And then I have a Vera Bradley Plum Petals laptop portfolio, laptop case. It's kind of got a hard shell on it, like a briefcase type thing. It is new with the tags, but I listed it very low because it had a defect. The interior padding was coming unglued. I'll see if I can find, oh yeah, this photo right here, you can see it. It's coming unglued. So I listed it for $12 and that's what it sold for, $12 plus shipping. All right, next I sold a Lathe Work Machine Shop 1946 book. This was in my death pile. So about a year or so ago, I purchased an entire bin of like old machine books, car books, like a variety. It came out of a man's shop. It actually, I think, was his father's shop, but he was selling the stuff. And I listed most of it. I listed most of it when I bought it. And then I had this giant bin sitting there with just a few books left. I just got so sick of listing them because they were very dirty. I mean, they were used in a machine shop, handled in a machine shop, and just, my hands were so grimy every time I touched them. Poor excuse for not listing them, though, I guess. But anyhow, I'm like, okay, let me get the rest of these listed. I think I have like two more. I did start again and then I stopped. I do have like two more to probably list, which I should do because they're selling. Anyway, I took an offer of $15 plus shipping on this book. Sold in, I want to say, a week. So, yeah. All right, next is a Whimsically Cat by Amy Lacombe. I picked this up at the Goodwill back in August. If you guys remember that video, I paid, I believe, $2.99 or $3.99 for this guy, and I took a best offer of $36 plus shipping. This was one of the rarer cats that are not seen as often. All right. Oh, and also, if you guys see something that looks similar, there's always the Lacombe printed somewhere on like the tail or the leg or underneath or something like that. So I'll try to blow this up here so you can see it. What am I doing? All I'm doing is moving the page. There we go. Right there. You guys can see that. Okay. Next, we have a Talbot's shirt, new with tags, size XL. I ended up taking an $18 offer plus shipping for this. I think I paid $5 for it at a yard sale back in the fall. Next is a Longaberger miniature banker's waste basket. I had two of these. One I sold for, I think, like 27 like a couple weeks ago. This one was not as minty as that one was, so I listed this a little bit lower, $23, and it sold fast. It sold within a week of listing, $23 plus shipping. All right, next is a Lego Alpha Team Chill Speeder. This little kit sold for $29 plus shipping. That's not bad for a little 57-piece Lego set. And I think I had this listed for maybe 6 months, maybe a little bit longer. Okay, next is a Longaberger Butternut Honey Pot. This I sold on a best offer of $25 plus shipping. I think I picked this up at a yard sale for a few bucks. Definitely this past fall or summer yard sales. Already, this came out of a rummage sale, I believe back in October, I want to say. I paid $5 for it. I picked up two of these, and unfortunately, I broke one of them at the warehouse right before I listed it. So that is such a shame because I got $29.99 for this one, plus shipping, and the other one would have sold for the same, but unfortunately, I broke it. But anyway. And I think I don't know if I said, I think I paid $5 for this. All right, next, this also came from a yard sale. I believe it was a yard sale. It could have been an estate sale, but it definitely was purchased within like the last 4 or 5 months. I think in the fall or maybe late summer. Like I said, either a yard sale or estate sale. This one is, I'm not really remembering, but and I don't remember what I paid for it. I want to say probably under 15 bucks for this and the other piece that I'm going to show you. So the Queen fitted sheet, this is a vintage sheet. The Queen vintage fitted sheet sold for $99 plus shipping. And then the same buyer also paid $29.99 plus shipping for the matching pillowcases. This is in the Kalahari pattern. So yeah, pretty nice sales. Next, these also came out of a storage pallet auction. Storage pallet auction pallets, I should say. These dinnerware pieces came from the same pallet as all like the Royal Albert. And if you guys watch that video from back in, I believe, October, just tons of dinnerware and stuff like that. So I sold two of these to the same buyer. She made me an offer, I think like $40 per set. I counted with 50%, and that's what she ended up purchasing them for. So it ended up being a $100 sale, because like I said, she purchased two sets. So $100 plus shipping on these. These are just Lennox Continental Dining Gold soup bowls. Very, very basic Lennox line. Okay, next is a Hallmark Batman ornament. This sold for $19.99 with free shipping. This came out of an estate sale back in December. Got tons of ornaments and stuff. I mentioned that in my last What Sold video. They are still selling, and I actually purchased more this past weekend at the final sale at this house. you guys will see that. That'll be a video later in the week. Unfortunately, I did not get a lot filmed in the house because uh, definitely had some GoPro issues. Hopefully, I've sorted that out now. I just ordered some new batteries today and stuff like that for upcoming videos. So hopefully, I won't have any issues. All right, anyhow, moving on here. Next is a Precious Moments birthday train complete set. If you guys remember, I picked this up towards the end of yard sale season at a town-wide sale. I paid $50 for the set. It was a cold, blustery day. I remember that. It was really, really chilly out. And yeah, I paid $50 for the set, and I took a best offer of $175 plus shipping on this one. Okay, next is 3 pieces of Falstaff satin rally serving spoons and a fork. This sold for $14.99 plus shipping. Next is a Barbie. I picked this up at the giant indoor garage sale at Argyl in Allentown at the end of November. I picked this one up and another doll from the Enchanted Seasons. And I think she may have sold for a little bit more, maybe $5 more. I did not make much of anything off of these dolls. I ended up buying 2 for $25. So very, very minimal profit after fees and everything else. But I should not have picked these up, and I did. So anyway, glad she's beautiful. Glad she's on her way to a new home, though. The other one sold very fast, too, at least. At least they didn't sit around. Okay, next is a Roy Kirkman golf mug. This sold for $11.99 plus shipping. I've had this for a very long time. That was definitely my heavy mug buying days. Next, this was also in my death pile since I think maybe September, maybe August. Probably, I feel like maybe August it was. It wasn't a video when I picked this up. I paid $40 for this at a yard sale, and I took a best offer of $175 plus shipping. I will say I did end up losing a bit of money on the shipping. I actually lost quite a bit on the shipping because I had to end up putting it in 2 separate boxes. Oversized, even though it went FedEx, even though it stayed in the state of Pennsylvania. It ended up being a crazy amount to ship in 2 different boxes. I should have fully disassembled it before I listed it to make sure. At the very bottom here, there is a nut, as you can see. So I thought, okay, I can pop that pole. There's also, I'm trying to point to it like you guys are going to see it. There's also a little screw underneath the actual like body. So I'm like, okay, I can take the pole off the base. I can take the top off the pole. I'll be able to put the pole in the box separately, kind of like catty corner it. The base, the rest, it's going to be in an oversized box, but it's going to be one box, right? Nope, didn't work that way. So I took that nut off the bottom, and that pole would not come out of the base. I don't know if it's soldered in there or what. I mean, I was like standing on the base, like yanking it. I couldn't get it out. So I had to Frankenbox that thing. I should have taken a photo of the box and popped it up here for you guys. It was like hysterical. I took it into my FedEx drop off. Everybody's looking at it. They're like, what is that? I thought it looked like a cannon if it was laying on its side. Some people guessed it may have been a shovel. One person guessed a giant pooper scooper. Someone said a large banjo. It was so funny. Everyone was trying to guess what was in this package. It looked like a hot mess though, honestly. But anyway, I did lose some money on the shipping. I mean, I still ended up making a profit, but for the pain in the butt that it was to ship and everything else, like I really would not do it again. I would not do it again unless I made sure that the shipping was correct so I didn't lose money on it. Because like with an item like this, you want to make a good profit because of the time involved that is going to take to pack it, and it was a nightmare. Anyway, moving on. Next is a pair of Nolan Miller earrings. These sold for $19 plus shipping. I have one more set. These came out of an auction an in-person auction lot from last December 2022, I guess you would say. Bought a whole ton of different QVC jewelry. Still have some, pieces left that are selling here and there. This is one of them. All right. Next is a jackpot candle, sweet pea scent. I think I got this at a rummage sale, but don't hold me to it. I'm not quite clear on it. Anyway, I looked up jackpot candles before I listed it because I'm like, what the heck is a jackpot candle? Apparently, after you burn it, it's got a piece of jewelry in it, which is pretty cool. And I think you have like one in some chance of it actually being real gold. Some pieces are just, of course, like cheap costume pieces, but there are rare gold pieces in certain ones. Not like rare gold, but like the occasional gold piece. Real gold piece, maybe I'm trying to say. I don't know. Okay, next is a Staffordshire, England mantle cat. This was recently purchased at an estate sale that also didn't make it to video because of GoPro issues that I had that day. Only got a couple clips there and it just wasn't worth it. So anyhow, I picked this cat up for a few bucks and it sold on best offer for $25 plus shipping. I believe this went to a viewer, Melanie. It's an M. I feel bad. I'm not quite remembering right offhand, but thank you for your purchase. Okay, moving on. Next is a pair of Sorel rain boots. I picked these up recently. It was another day. I was out like running some errands. I popped into this little resale boutique that I like. Paid $10 for these, and they sold in about, I think, like a week. I don't think I've had these more than a week and a half, maybe. They sold for $40 plus shipping, so not too shabby. Next, these I have had forever. These sold for $11.99 plus shipping. This is a Farberware pattern. It was actually funny because the buyer said, I know you've had these for a while, so she must have had them in her watch list or something for a very long time. She said, so I want to make sure you still have them before I purchase them, which was really, really nice of her because had I not had them, that would save like, what do you call it? I'm getting tired. It's been a long, long day of shipping. I will tell you that. A defect on, having to cancel is what I'm trying to say. But so she did reach out to see if I still had them. I did. So shipped those out to her today. All right. Next is a vintage fedora hat. I picked this up for $20 back in June during a town-wide sale. I bought two different hats, both $20 a piece, and I sold this one for $225 plus shipping. Next is another Hallmark, I almost said mug, Hallmark ornament that came from the estate sale that I went to in December. This sold for $12.99 with free shipping. Alrighty, this also came from my last storage pallet. This was one of the random magazines. This I sold on a best offer of $40 plus shipping. It had Frank Ocean on the cover. Next is a women's Catherine's sleeveless blouse. It sold for $15 plus shipping. Okay, next is a KitchenAid replacement disc adapter. I had a set of, for a food processor, I had a set of KitchenAid, like a box of the parts, and to sell it as a whole, it's selling for like 25, 30 bucks. So I parted every single piece out. This sat in my death pile since probably, I want to say, August. I purchased, I think, in August for like $5. So anyway, I decided to part all of it out. I think I got probably close to 10 listings out of it at varying prices or whatever. This is the first piece that sold in a few days, sold for $15.99 with free shipping. Went at the 4-ounce ground advantage rate. Okay. Next is a Brio Viaduct bridge. This sold for $19.99 plus shipping. If you guys remember my one thrift haul video from back in December, this came out of that. Alrighty, next is a Christopher Radko ornament, Santa ornament with stand. This I've had for a little while. I think I've had this for maybe 2 years. I think I paid about $5 for it. It sold for $39.99 plus shipping. Next is, and I am shocked that it took that long to sell, to be honest. Next, I sold this Longaberger basket. This sold for $25 plus shipping. Didn't pay a whole lot for this. Can't remember. I think I got it in maybe a group of baskets. It might have come out of that yard sale in October. All right, then if you guys remember the street sale I went to in Jersey, that's what I'm going to call it, the street sale. It's how I can only describe it. It was just a long sidewalk street sale. Anyway, I picked these up for $10 and they took a best offer of $45 plus shipping. Next is a cloth teak. This was in my death pile as well. Over the summer, I purchased about 10 different cloth teak from a lady who had a collection. I listed like all of them except for this one for some reason. Finally got them listed, sold within a couple weeks for $25 plus shipping. All right, I was talking about that bin of books from the machine shop, the auto shop, whatever. This was one of the others that I also listed last week. This is a vintage motors, truck, and tractor repair manual, and it sold for $19 plus shipping. So some great sales this weekend. Very happy with it. Yeah, so that is going to wrap up another What Sold video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. There are going to be a couple other videos coming out this week, so stay tuned. Yeah, that's going to wrap it up. Thanks so much for watching. If you've liked this video, give me a thumbs up, comment, subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already, and hit that little bell button so you get notifications every time I upload. And until next time, bye.